Welcome back to Your Life, Arizona. You know, when we go on vacation, especially to the East Coast, there are so many cities that offer us an amazing glimpse into our country's rich history. Boston happens to be one of those cities, of course, Washington, D.C., Pennsylvania, but Boston, amazing. So author, historian, and Boston tour guide Brooke Barbier is joining us on Your Life, Arizona this morning. Good morning to you. Welcome to Arizona, first of all.
Thank you, Gina.
Yeah, so let's first of all talk about Boston, because so many of us would think, gosh, what a fun place to go, to visit. Wouldn't even know where to start as far as planning the trip. So if we go to Boston, what would you say are the things that we absolutely have to see?
The number one thing you have to see is the Freedom Trail. Okay. It's a red brick trail that spans 2.5 miles, starting in downtown Boston. And along the way, it is dotted with historic sites from the 17th, 18th, and 19th century. So it's a really easy way to see some of the historic sites in Boston.
It's really the heart of where we began as America, right?
Yes. Yeah, so you can, on the Freedom Trail, you'll see the Paul Revere house, the house that he actually lived in. You'll see where he's buried, and Samuel Adams and John Hancock, the old State House, and where colonial government was happening. It's really the story of not just Boston's history, but the history of the American Revolution.
Yeah, I love that. And I love that you were talking about that it's not just about a regional history for folks who live there. It's really our history as Americans.
That's exactly right. It's the history of how we became the United States. So it's a history for all of us.
So Brooke, talk to me about your tours, because you don't just bring us down the Freedom Trail. You have something very special that you feature too.
So we see sites on the historic Freedom Trail, but we also stop in historic taverns to have a beer in each.
And they're all locally brewed.
They're locally brewed. They're New England beers. So it makes it really fun. It's a really fun way to see history, and it's a way that people who might not otherwise be interested in history are willing to join, because there's going to be beer.
Okay. Are you a lager girl? Are you an ale? What are you?
I am an equal opportunity drinker, Gina. Whatever's sounding good on draft is what I'm going to go for. Okay. And the thing is, drinking is historic. We don't often think of that, but in the 1760s and 70s, taverns were where the political action was happening.
Sure.
This is where men...
The debates.
Yeah, exactly. Debating politics, building connections. And so drinking is a historic and revolutionary activity.
Yeah, so I imagine, especially when you're in a place that old, knowing, you know, if those walls could talk, what they would say, how amazing it would be to have a beer there.
Yeah, I think it's so special to be able to go to a place and stand there or sit there and drink there, knowing that other people generations ago did the very same thing.
Yeah. You know, we were talking about this time of the year. Talk to me about why visiting Boston in the fall is special.
The fall is amazing. In addition to having great autumn beers that are brewed in New England, especially pumpkin beers, there's the leaf peeping, which is looking at the changing foliage. It's so stunning to see the oranges and the yellows and the reds of the leaves. And then also, we get a lot of visitors to Boston in October because it's spooky season, and they want to go up to Salem, which is a really easy day trip.
Yeah, is it spooky when you...
Yeah, it's as spooky as you want to make it.
Spirits?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Interesting. You know, you're an author. You happen to be in town because you're going to be speaking at ASU. Can you tell me about the events tonight and tomorrow, right?
Yes, I'm giving 2 talks with ASU's School for Civic and Economic Thought and Leadership. And I'm going to be talking about how political moderation was necessary during the American Revolution. You don't think that, but I'm doing that tonight. And then tomorrow night, I'm going to be talking about the Declaration of Independence and all those signatures.
Okay, excellent. Brooke, you know what? Tell everybody the name of your tour company or the website so we can find you if we want to head to Boston and take one of your tavern and Freedom Trail tours.
Yes, we'd love to see you. It's called Ye Old Tavern Tours. Yeah. And it's yeoldtaverntours.com.
Okay, excellent. Brooke, thank you so much for spending some time with us. Really appreciate it.